Welcome back to another show of our NBA Weekly Recap Show, Playoff Edition. You already know who it is. It's your boy Q Walker and
KJ.
Okay. KJ in the building. We got a lot to go through. We're going to recap everything that happened last week between the Thunder, Rockets, Nuggets, and Jazz. Get you updated with the Heat and Bucks, the Celtics, Raptors, Keezy's Lakers and Rockets, and then also the Clips and the Nuggets as well. But man, let's kick things off with two series that ended last week. Thunder's Rockets. I had the Thunder winning in 7 games, which they should have won, but you know what I'm saying, that's neither here nor there. Who'd you have?
I had the Rockets.
You had the Rockets, man. OKC, man, you let me down. You let me down. You hurt my heart, man. But anyways, what was your thoughts on the Thunder Rockets series?
Man, great series.
It was.
Great series.
It was.
Came down to defense. By James Harden.
Of all people.
Which I never thought I'd ever say that.
Out of all people, James Harden.
That's what it came down to.
But
one play.
We're going to play the clip right here of James Harden, you know, with the defense.
Houston got its hands on it. Dort for 3, blocked by Harden. Dort got it back, tried to throw it off Harden, and missed him.
As y'all can see in that clip right there, James Harden doing something like Keezy said, we never would have thought he would have done, which is played some damn defense. But I mean, man, it's crazy that the game ended on a James Harden defensive play out of all people, man. Your guy James Harden. But anyway, so Thunder, I mean the Rockets wrapped that up. So what do the Thunder do next? What's the plans for the Thunder this offseason?
I mean, I think it's time for Chris Paul to go.
But he got that huge contract though.
Well, they got to do something with it. I mean, they can't. Clearly, they're not going to win a championship in OKC.
Maybe. They
got all these picks. They're going to keep bringing in young talent.
Okay, that is true.
But he's getting too old to try to lead them to a championship. So
that part is also
I don't know if
true.
they can get rid of him because of the contract, but they need to bring in some young talent and just start from there.
And just start from there.
Yeah. They overachieved this year.
Oh, yeah, definitely overachieved.
I mean, that's the best they'll be able to do with that team the way it is.
Yeah.
So they might as well just let it go.
Just let it go?
Yeah, let it go, man.
All right, so then we're going to go over to the next series, which we had the Utah Jazz and the Denver Nuggets, the surprise series of the whole playoffs.
Not to me.
Why
I knew this one was going to be. I knew this one was going to be jumping.
You knew it was going to be jumping?
I knew it was going to be jumping.
I'm going to have to pull the tape. I could have swore you said Nuggets in 3.
Nah.
You said Nuggets in 3, fam.
I said Nuggets in 7.
Oh, you said Nuggets in 7, but man, it was an exciting series. But the crazy thing about that series is that every game was exciting except for the last game. The last damn game was a snooze fest. It's like, bro, it was what, 80
to 78.
80 to 78. And the other game, Jamal Murray and what's that boy's name?
Donovan Mitchell. They combined for more than
they combined for more than that. But in this game, we had 80 to 78. It was capped off by a last-second play by Donovan Mitchell, which he lost the ball. And here's a clip of him
This last sequence of this game is the craziest. It's the craziest sequence to close out a game 7.
A game 7. We're going to play it for you right here.
10 on the shot clock. Had it back tapped. He lost it. The Nuggets come up with a defensive play. Murray. They missed the layup. Gobert got it. Mitchell hanging at the other end. 2 seconds to go for the win. And it rims out. Denver hangs on.
Keezy, let me ask you a quick question about that whole sequence, man. Why didn't Donovan Mitchell have the ball in his hand to take that last second shot? What was up with Mike Conley getting it?
Well, at that point, they were just scrambling.
Okay.
But Donovan Mitchell had his chance with 13 seconds left.
He did.
He blew it.
He blew it. He spit the bit, as they say.
Can you imagine
Nope.
if Mike Conley would have hit that 3?
Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. If Mike Conley would have been the one to hit that 3, but I think the better team did eventually end up winning.
Right.
It was ultimately 2 against 1. It was Joker and Murray versus Donovan Mitchell by himself. He did all he could do. The dumbest thing about that whole series is the Utah Jazz came out and said they're going to offer him a max contract in October. Well, no shit.
Well, you don't have a choice.
I mean, what are you going to do? Let him walk? Like, what was the point of that? I mean, there's some things just go without saying. But, man, those 2 series was exciting. I wanted OKC to win because I thought they were the better team. I thought they were clearly the better team than the Rockets. But It is what it is.
Just so everybody knows, he knows OKC is not the better team. He just wanted OKC to win because he saw what happened to the Lakers in Game 1, and that's what he's afraid of. Anyways, we'll get to all that in a minute.
We'll get to that in a second. But before we do get to that, here's the updated standings of the playoff series right now. As Keezy mentioned, you have the Rockets up 1-0 against the Lakers. The Nuggets and Clippers played last night. Tied it up with the Nuggets win. I mean, they were up by almost, 22
or 23?
Yeah, at one point. And then you have the Bucks right now down 0-3 to the Miami Heat. And then, of course, you have the Celtics and Raptors tied up at 2 apiece. So we're going to go over all of these matchups. So let's start with the Heat and the Bucks because that one is pretty much a done deal.
That one's over.
So as of today is Sunday. They play today, right? They play today at 4:30?
3:30 or 4:30.
Okay. They play today, and Giannis is questionable with an ankle. I'm going to get to that in a second. Do they close it out today, Keith? Is it a wrap? By the way, you did pick the Heat. I had the Bucks, so I give you that.
I don't know if they close it out today. There's a good chance they go ahead and close it out because they got them down. They might as well go ahead and finish them on off because I don't think Giannis really wants to play anymore.
I don't think so either.
So, I mean, they might as well go ahead and close them out. Let Jimmy Butler go ahead and finish doing his thing out there.
Jimmy Butler got a whole team shook.
Oh, he does.
He got the whole team shook out there, man. Like, I don't... And I think we talked about this a couple of shows ago, how the Miami Heat are the worst team for Giannis out of the whole NBA. He plays the worst against them.
Yeah.
When they played during the regular season, it was 2-1 Miami. Mm-hmm. Well, hell, now it's what? 5-1 Miami. It's 5-1 Miami. And, Giannis is a wrap, man. The thing about Giannis is that he has a sprained ankle, but he suffered the ankle sprain in the previous game, but he still continued to play the second half. So how is it that you can play the second half, but you questionable to play the game full?
Well, I think that I think there was a play where he may have re-aggravated it there toward I think the third quarter of the game the other day.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that really kind of,
I ain't trying to hear that.
Kind of hurt it a little bit.
I ain't trying to hear that, bro. Because you know why I'm not trying to hear that?
Why?
Because if Luka can play on the sprained ankle, he came back and played on the sprained ankle.
Luka's out there faking, bro. He was out there faking.
He ain't had no sprained ankle.
Nah, he sprained it a little bit. That's probably the first time he ever sprained anything. Finger, toe, anything. And he cried. They brought a wheelchair.
Paul Pierce.
Then he ran out like Paul Pierce.
Paul Pierce. So, yeah, I think Giannis is mentally, I think he's done. Is this the last time we see him in a Bucks jersey?
Yes.
Ooh. I know his contract is not up for another year. So you think he lets him know?
I think he'll let him know. They may wait until the trade deadline or something like that next season, maybe.
I wouldn't wait that long. You might as well go ahead and see what you can get for him in the off season. You know what I'm saying? Because if you wait till the trade deadline, it just wouldn't make too much sense. I would go ahead and see what I get for him in the off season, and like you said, the draft picks and everything.
There's going to be some teams that are going to lay it all out there to try to get him.
You know, one of the teams that are interested. Miami Heat.
The Miami Heat.
The Miami Heat.
Man.
Out of all teams, the Miami Heat are interested in Giannis. But I'm with you, Keezy. It's crazy because he's potentially about to be a 2-time back-to-back MVP and the potential MVP Defensive Player of the Year, and you get swept.
Yeah.
You get swept by the Jimmy Bucket Heat. That's wild to me.
I like the Bucks.
I do too.
But they're not championship. They're not championship caliber.
I like them, but I don't love them.
I don't love them. Yeah.
But you would think with that roster, they would be at least good enough to beat Miami, though. I mean, you got Chris Middleton, Eric Bledsoe, you had Giannis.
Chris Middleton.
You had Chris Middleton, you got Giannis. My question to you is, we talked about this. Do you think that Giannis should spend more time in the post versus trying to run the offense through him on the perimeter?
I don't know if Giannis has enough skill in the post.
That's what the summer's for.
I know, but he's trying to work on his jump shot. I don't think he has enough skill in the post. He's more of that slashing, trying to get to the bucket. I'm longer than everybody else, more athletic. That's how he's gonna have to try to play. They're gonna have to surround him with more shooters and let him do that instead of trying to play in the post. I don't think that he can. Because if he goes in the post, they'll put a big guy on him.
But see, that's the whole thing. So then that's when you pull him out a little bit, call it ISO, you go to work. That's what I'm saying. I think they should spend more. I think Giannis should spend more time on the block. It'll open up his game a lot more, and he wouldn't have to solely depend on his perimeter game. Because then you could start off on the block, get you some points there, get your confidence going a little bit. Then you can slowly migrate out to the perimeter. You know, do a little work out there.
He better call Akeem Olajuwon.
You better call somebody. You better call Tyrone. I don't know who you better call, but because I think that Giannis. Man, to be honest, his jumper is too slow. His mechanics are slow. His release is slow. So for him to get a pull-up jumper, everything in the game looks slow.
Yeah.
So that's why I said I think he should spend a little bit more time on the block, get his low post game together. He's 7'12".
Yeah. Get
you a hook shot, get you a turnover both shoulders. Bop, bop.
Something.
Get you on down there. It worked for LeBron.
He should give up trying to shoot threes.
Oh, hell yeah.
And be a consistent mid-range shooter before he tries to step out to the three-point line, because that's not happening.
Hell no.
It's going to take him years and years to be, I don't know if he'll ever be a consistent. He might be able to shoot 33% or something like that for his career, maybe.
I think he'll be an okay three-point shooter, but I don't think he'll ever be a respectable three-point shooter.
No. They're never going to step out there and put a hand up on him.
The game plan is not going to be, all right, let's run around and stop the three-point line.
If he wants to shoot a three, let him have it. Don't let him beat you to the bucket. If he wants to shoot that three, let him shoot it.
If he makes it, you live with it.
We'll take our chances.
You know what I'm saying? And I seen like a lot of times him going to the bucket, he was out of control a lot of times. So I think you go back to what you were saying is he needs to work on his footwork a whole lot. The difference is between him and LeBron. LeBron can bully his way to the bucket.
Right.
And he has the footwork to, outside of the clip we're going to play a little later. Outside of that, LeBron has the coordination and the footwork to, if he can get to the bucket and if the big man is there, he can maneuver, pivot, whatever the case may be. Giannis, if his Euro ain't there, it's a wrap.
Yeah, if you take that first step away from him where he can't get to that second
where he can't get going,
then it's over because he's not going to shoot a floater. He's not going to stop and pull up. He's not going to. There's nothing there.
He's nothing. You know what else I'm gonna do?
I'm fouling
because
he's not confident at the free throw line. He's kind of like LeBron when it comes to the free throw line.
I'm just saying.
I don't even think that was even in my notes, but I said it anyways.
We're not worried about that. If Giannis gets past me with that first step, I'm fouling. Yes. You got to earn these big boys.
That's right.
I'm gonna put you on the line 30 times. Let's see if you can hit at least 15 of them. Let's go.
Jimmy Butler, Jay Crowder, Andre Iguodala. I mean, Bam Adebayo.
Oh yeah.
They are making the Bucks work for everything they get. Tyler Hero is making them work. Everybody on the Heat team is making them work for everything they get.
But the crazy part about it to me is that Miami, if you notice, they play a lot of zone, but the Bucks are a 3-and-D team, so I'm not understanding why they can't bust that zone up.
Right.
But I guess Giannis is just in a damn way, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, they can try to spread the floor out, but when he's going to the bucket, everything sinks in. And when they're in that zone, that first pass, they're there to take that away, which is what helped the Bucks during the regular season. But they're taking it away from them, and they don't know where to go on that next look. So
Bucks is out there lost.
And they don't have anybody else that can go and get him a bucket.
Yeah. Like
you said, Chris Middleton.
Yeah, Chris Middleton.
He can't like ISO and really go get you a bucket. He can from time to time, but he's not going to be that guy where you say, okay, Giannis doesn't have it going. Let's go to Chris Middleton.
You know what? Chris Middleton. You know what? Chris Middleton, like you said, like we talked about Giannis, if he hits a three, you'll live with. Chris Middleton, if he goes ISO and he scores, we'll live with it. Yeah. We don't expect that from him.
We're not going to give him wide open threes.
No, we're not going to do that, but what we'll do is we'll let him go ISO and shoot them out the game. So, anyways, Keys, you said it's a wrap. Are they going 5 games?
Yeah, I mean, if it goes 5 is where it's going. That's it. It's over.
I'm right there with you, Keys. If Giannis doesn't play today, it's a wrap. But if he does play today, and they do seem to go to 5 games, 5 games is the most they'll go to. But anyways, let's go to the Celtic Raptors matchup. The Celtics were up 2-0, looking good, looking like they was about to get them brooms out. Then you had the Raptors come back, and you had what's that boy's name?
OG.
He played for Indianapolis, didn't he? Didn't he play for Indiana? Yeah, he played for Indiana. Did they play against you? UK don't play them, though. UK scared to play them.
We don't play teams like that.
Y'all scared of them. But
anyway, we play real basketball teams.
Like who?
Anybody but Indiana.
But anyways, the Celtics were up 2-0 against the Toronto Raptors. Game 3 came down to the wire. And here's a clip of OG, whatever his last name is, hitting his last second 3 for the win.
Switching everything back here. Marcus Smart's going to stay up high, taking anybody coming to the ball.
Series on the line. Anunoby got it off, and it goes. Did it count is the question. OG Anunoby buries a triple at the buzzer.
Just an absolutely great pass by Kyle Lowry. Let's see if he got it up.
Successful field goal.
Kyle Lowry over the top. Gasol just screened in enough. That ball's gone,
It's clean.
think.
It's
That's
a game winner.
in and a great winner. Great shot by OG Anunoby, but an incredible pass by Kyle Lowry over Taco Fall for the game winner. Boston
Successful field
zoned
goal.
up at the end. Great play and a huge win for the Toronto Raptors.
All the talk about the lack of three-point shooting for the
Oh man, as you can see, OG Anunoby with the clutch three-pointer to put the it was 2-1 at that point, and then the Toronto Raptors won again last night. Before that OG Anunoby shot, I thought it was pretty much gonna be a wrap. I thought it was a done deal. Series was over. Boston at 4-4-4. But the Raptors, here they come. Man, we talked about this last week. They so confusing. The first two games, it's like, oh. Then the last two games, it's like, okay, I can see them going to the Eastern Conference Final. So, Keezy, what's been your thoughts on this series so far, man?
So, the first two games, Boston was so balanced.
Right.
They got balanced scoring from Tatum and Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, Kemba Walker.
Even the Williams kid.
Yeah, he came off the bench and gives them good minutes, high energy, rebounding, dunking.
He was 5 for 5, 10 points first game one. Yeah, game one. But go ahead though.
Same story in game two. You get to game three, they're not as consistent, but they still have the lead at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Then, with I think it's 10 seconds left on the clock, Boston has the ball. Kemba Walker breaks down the defense, throws a beautiful pass down low to Daniel Tice.
Oh, that was beautiful. Oh yeah.
He dunks with 0.5 seconds left on the clock.
Yes, it was.
Everybody thinks the game is over.
It's a wrap.
Boston's up 3-0.
It's a wrap. Start folding your clothes.
So then, Brad Stevens puts in 7'23" Taco Fall.
Yep. To guard the
Taco
ball.
Fall.
Yep.
Kyle Lowry, who's my size,
Yep.
is going to inbound the ball over that man.
I don't know how he did it.
Throw the ball cross court
I don't know how he
to
did it.
OG.
OG.
Who, if he's going to shoot it, hey, go ahead, bro. You do
got
your
it.
thing, man.
You got it.
And then you have Jaylen Brown running at him, who jumps about 11 and a half feet up in the air
He
to
does.
challenge the shot.
He was high jumping,
And he still made it. So they win that game. It's 2-1. Fast forward to game 4.
Right.
And Toronto's on a high. Boston still can't believe they lost the game. And now it's 2-2.
That OG shot, man. It was a killer. It was a momentum killer for Boston.
It breaks your heart.
If Boston would have somehow pulled that game out, it would have been a sweep.
Oh, yeah.
Because that game 4, they would have came out and said, let's go and wrap this thing up. But that game, with game 3 shot by OG, it gave Toronto so much hope and so much, they knew they could finish this series out, as you can tell with Kyle Lowry's smile at the end of that clip. So, man, we both had Boston in 7.
Yeah, we had Boston.
We had Boston in 7. And
we were looking real good there for a minute.
Good. We were looking real good. And then it's OG Anunoby and then Fred VanVleet and Kyle Lowry got it going in game 4. And the 3 balls started falling for the Toronto Raptors last game, which is what they heavily depend on. You had Serge Ibaka down there doing his Dikembe joint down there.
They feeling real good about this stuff.
They got the chest all poked out.
Drake songs playing all in the background. They feeling real good.
Who won this? What they said. Who won it? Jason Tatum, my guy, my light-skinned brother. We got to step it up. We got to, I know that Kobe's your guy. You trained with Kobe. You grew up idolizing Kobe, looking up to Kobe. Well, this is the games in the playoffs where Kobe made his name. Series tied 2-2. Can you take over the series? Can you become that superstar that we all potentially think you can be? Can he do it? Can he do it, Keezy?
I don't know. We're gonna
He's
find
light
out.
skinned, so I'm gonna go ahead and say Jason Tatum, you can do it. I'm riding with you because right now, it's only one team in the East you can trust. The Miami Heat.
That's it.
The Miami Heat's been the only
Undefeated.
consistent team because they
Undefeated
undefeated.
in the playoffs. That's right.
Boston is up and down right now. Toronto is Toronto. Bucks is nowhere near what anybody thought they were going to be. So the only team that you can trust is Miami right now. So Boston, I'm still holding on to my, Boston in 7, but man, y'all playing with my money right now.
I mean, Jaylen Brown has taken Pascal Siakam and just made him like a little kid. He can't do anything
He's
against
taking
Jaylen Brown.
completely out of the game. That's why it's on Fred VanVleet and Kyle Lowry.
And if Boston can run the two of them off especially Fred VanVleet, if they can run him off the 3-point line, not let them shoot so many threes, I mean, they should close them out.
Sounds easy.
Sounds easy, doesn't it?
Sounds easy enough. Sounds easy. Great game plan.
Man, I know. I should call Brad Stevens.
You should, but I don't think it's gonna work because they got that little guy as well named Kemba Walker. Kemba Walker. Yeah, they can't seem to stay in front of Kemba right now. But anyways, let's go on to the west side, the best side. And you got the Clippers Nuggets. The first game between the two was a blowout for the Clippers. Mm-hmm. The Nuggets came back, even the series up yesterday. The score didn't end. It was 110 to 101. I think it was the final score. Yeah. The final score did not indicate how close the game was. The game was really not that close. I mean, the Nuggets led by as much as 22 at one point during the game. The cyborg Kawhi Leonard actually had a bad game for once, which I'm pretty sure he was probably due for one. So that was his one bad game. So Keezy, what's your thoughts on this Clippers Nuggets matchup?
I mean, Clippers in 5, 6.
Damn, Keezy.
I mean, so game 1 showed you what this series is really gonna be like.
Okay.
Game 2, I feel like was a fluke.
Okay.
That's the worst game the Clippers have played since the season restarted.
Okay.
That's the worst game they played since the season restarted.
that was their one.
That was their one. Kawhi was 4 for 17.
Mm-hmm.
Paul George was 7 for 19.
Okay.
They shot 28% from the 3-point line.
Okay. So that was their one game.
Yeah, they shot a bubble low 41% from the field. That's they won.
I need them to keep playing like that.
It's not gonna happen.
I need them to keep shooting like that.
But I will say this: Doc Rivers needs to do a better job with his team. They're too up and down. I feel like emotionally they're on too many highs and lows.
Mm-hmm. No even keel.
Nah, in the whole restart they just been just up and down, up and down, up and down. And it was like that during the Dallas series too. They just up and down. One game they come out and play. Boom.
Phenomenal.
The next game they come out like, all right, we'll take the night off.
We know we can beat them, so it ain't like we're gonna try hard. I'm right there with you as far as Doc. The team, for whatever reason, is supposed to take on either the head coach or the star player. With the star player is Kawhi Leonard. He doesn't really talk too much. So where does the identity come from? Oddly enough, it comes from players like Pat Bev, Lou Williams, Montrez, and players of that nature. So if those players, which is kind of ironic, the role players are kind of like the leaders for the team, and if they having bad games, then ironically the team has a bad, because you don't have that superstar to say, all right, come on, let's get it going. Nobody looks at Kawhi for the leadership type of role. They look at Pat Bev, like I said, Lou Williams, Montrez to get the team going. I wouldn't depend on Paul George to get me going either, but yeah, I'm right there with you, Keys. One game, they'll look like, man, those are the NBA champs.
Oh, yeah, easy.
And then the next game, you be like, okay, I see why they lost to the Mavs.
Man, they can't beat anybody.
I see why that. But you gonna stick with your?
I'm gonna stick with the Clippers. I'm gonna give it 6 because I think they'll go up 3-1 maybe, and then Denver will give 1.
Does Jamal Murray have a 50 ball in this series?
No
50 ball.
Nah. Not against the Clippers.
Not against the Clippers.
Nah.
40.
He might get 40 in that game that they have to win after it's 3-1.
Okay.
He might get 40 that night, and then that's about it.
Okay. What about the Joker? His comment, he was like, he plays at a slow pace because he's not very fast.
This is the series where he should dominate.
Oh my goodness. Joker should be 28-12.
Oh, he should dominate the series, and him and Jamal Murray, they should both play really well. If they get any help, they have a chance. But
that's what's so confusing.
If Jokic doesn't dominate, then they don't have a chance. Because what's old boy's name? Zubac, yeah. Nah, man, he just as slow as Jokic is.
Might even be a little bit slower.
Man.
But see, that's the thing, Keezy. On paper, this matches up so well on paper. But then when you get to the actual game, you're like, okay, if they can get Michael Porter Jr., if they get Jeremy Grant to hit a shot here and there, like if they can get Gary Harris to continue to step up, this might turn into something.
See, they can't play Michael Porter Jr. enough because he can't play any defense.
They
have to play Grant because he can't shoot. Well, he's up and down. But he plays really good defense. They need him to match up against Kawhi and PG. But Michael Porter Jr. can't guard. I know. So,
well, that goes back to the Rockets and Thunder series, and why that was so competitive the way it was is because the Thunder had 4 perimeter players that could bother Harden and Westbrook. You had what's that boy, Chris Paul, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, you had Dennis Schroeder, and then you had Dort.
Lou Dort.
You had Dort. So you had 4 guys out there who could make it hard for Westbrook and Harden. They weren't going to shut him down, but they could make it hard for him. And that's why that series won 7 games, because they had 4 people out there at the same time. With this series, man, I'm right there with you. Let me go and get my Clips in 5. Let me go and get my Clips in 5, man.
He's finally starting to wake up.
No.
Come on over to the dark side.
Clips in 6, because I need my Lakers to continue to get some rest after we do what we're going to do with Houston.
They're going 7.
Nah, don't say that. Well, if they going 7, Clippers going 7.
No, they're not.
Yep, Clip book it.
Okay.
Clippers and Nuggets are going 7 games.
All right.
Book it. So anyway, let's go on to the next series, which is Keezy's Lakers and the Houston Rockets, with the Lakers losing the Friday night to the Houston Rockets. Now down 0-1. They set to play tonight at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Keezy, your thoughts on this series and who wins tonight?
Woo! Well, let's see. We know James Harden is 1 game up, 1 game down. He had a good game in game 1.
Yeah.
He'll be off tonight, so I'm going to go with the Lakers taking game 2.
Okay.
But
Here we go with this butt shit.
I'm disappointed in the Lakers.
I'm probably just as disappointed.
I'm disappointed in the Lakers.
I'm probably
man.
just as disappointed in the Lakers as you are. But go ahead, though. I want to hear why you disappointed. In
The Rockets coming off a series where they had to come down to the last minute and they had to play hard every single night.
Yes.
Against the OKC Thunder.
Yes.
The Lakers have been resting.
Yes.
They should have came out energized, rested up, and they should have hit the Rockets in the mouth.
They
The same way
should
the
have.
Clippers did the Nuggets after they came off Game 7.
Mm-hmm.
The Lakers should have done the same thing to the Rockets, but they didn't. They left the door open for them.
They left the door wide open for them.
PJ Tucker.
PJ Tucker. I'm gonna put this.
Run this
up
clip.
here.
Run this clip.
Hold on. I'm gonna put this fact up here real quick before we do that. Speaking of PJ Tucker, fun fact: the 26 possessions defended by PJ Tucker, Anthony Davis has scored a total of goose egg points.
0 points. How tall is Anthony Davis?
Anthony Davis is 6'10", 6'11" on a good day.
How tall is PJ Tucker?
6'5", maybe 6'4".
And that's with
shoes.
Shoes.
And that's with shoes and everything. And
and maybe a heel lift in both of them.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But anyways, I'm gonna play this clip like Keezy said right here. This was the Lakers versus Houston, the first matchup. I really don't want to play it, but just because Keezy asked me to, here it goes.
Here's Tucker. Tucker right on LeBron. LeBron settling for the 3. LeBron coming up court. Remember now, LeBron picked Harden and Westbrook for his All-Star team, All-Star weekend in Chicago. 10 feet from the bucket, going to back him down. LeBron with that wide base. Couldn't cash. Good defense by Tucker. Davis trying to post up Tucker. McGee, that pass was coming in a little hot. Westbrook on LeBron. LeBron ate it up at the rim.
But again, look at the work that PJ Tucker is committed to defending Anthony Davis. Where he catches it, you live with that defense. That's an outstanding job.
Anthony Davis took all day and then delivered an air ball. Green got it back and they won't get it.
Man, what's happening, everybody? You already know who it is. It's your boy Q Walker from the world's most dangerous sports show, Beyond the Game. Here to ask everybody one simple, quick, and easy question. Who likes popcorn? Better yet, who doesn't like popcorn? Well, let me tell you about my friends over at Gourmet Popcorn of Carlisle. They have fun, delicious flavors such as candy apple, cinnamon toast, chocolate. If you like a little spice in your life, they got you covered with that as well, with some jalapeno, salt and vinegar, and my very own personal favorite, Sweetheart. Now they have many more delicious flavors to choose from, but in order to get your hands on some of this delicious popcorn, it's real simple and easy. All you have to do is go to www.popcarlisle.com, enter the coupon code BTG, get an extra 25% off your purchase. Yeah, that's simple and easy, right? Let me run it back to you so you don't forget it. Go over to www.popcarlisle.com, enter the coupon code BTG, get an extra 25% off your purchase.
Get on over there, get you some of this sweetheart popcorn, and stop playing. Yeah.
Now, there was some clips from the game the other day, but before I let you go on your rant about them, I just have one question. What the hell was that layup LeBron James did when he was backing PJ down? He did that shit, flipped it over the shoulder. What the hell was that?
I give up. The refs aren't going to call a foul. I'm just going to throw it up over my shoulder and see what happens.
Whatever happens at this
I give
point.
up.
Oh man, I was like, bro, what is that, bro? Like that wasn't even low. That was a YMCA.
It reminds me of that 360 layup the Kuzma shot.
That's about on par. Speaking of Kuz, I mean that's your guy, but
my man Kuzma.
He's not a part of the light skin committee, by the way. He's not with us. He's against us. But
28 minutes the other night, plus minus 21.
Like I
don't
said,
know if they can even afford to put him on the court.
But this is what I will say: we do have to start playing JR and Dion Waiters a little bit more. They got to start getting some more burn. We was texting and I said that the Rockets are going to give the Lakers trouble because of what I mentioned earlier, is that on the perimeter, we have nobody that can bother James Harden or Westbrook. Westbrook, like I said, Westbrook is self-check. He going to check, we're not worried about him. Same thing with Giannis. If he hits a jumper or two, hey, we'll live with that. Mm-hmm. But what you're not going to do is keep driving all day.
Right.
So we'll back up and let you have some space to shoot jumpers. If Westbrook shoots, close to 50%, hey, you just have to live with that. But as far as James Harden is concerned, we don't have nobody who can bother him. We don't have nobody that's physical like Dort, has the physicality and the size. Or we don't have nobody with the stalkiness of Chris Paul to get up in his body. Mm-hmm. We don't have the length of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander or Dennis Schroeder to bother his shots. We don't have that. So I don't know what the hell we're going to do with James Harden, except for hope that he shoots himself out of the game.
Hope he's off.
That's all we can do.
Every other night.
Hope he shoots himself out of the game. And for the love of God, Anthony Davis, will you get your ass on the block and start thinking you a damn guard? Look, I know you grew up. You was a point guard. You had a growth spurt, so you still got some of your guard skills in you. Damn all of that. If I'm LeBron, I'm telling him I'm not giving you the ball unless you in the post.
So, when James Harden was guarding AD and AD was posting up, mm-hmm. he was hitting a little turnaround fadeaway on James Harden. Mm-hmm. When PJ Tucker got down there, and he was putting that strength on him. He wanted no parts of it.
I don't understand that, Keezy.
I don't either.
I don't understand. Yep, PJ Tucker might have a little more girth than Anthony Davis, but damn all that.
Just shoot over the top of him.
You already taller than him. If you just put your damn arm in the air.
Yeah.
Just put your damn arm in the air, and he can't. Go ahead. I don't need more talk about it.
So LeBron and AD need to punish the Rockets down low.
Okay.
They can't play JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard because they can't hang with the perimeter of the Rockets. No. So they're going to have to play AD and LeBron heavy minutes. Mm-hmm. But they're going to have to try to punish them down low.
That's the only thing that they can do, man.
Because James Harden had 36.
Yeah.
Westbrook had 24. Eric Gordon had 23.
We're supposed to win that game. Also, LeBron James cannot score 0 points in the fourth quarter.
That's what he's been used to doing, though.
No, we can't do that. We can't. We don't have too many more seasons left in us. So we can't be doing this, dog. Now, all this, I've seen, the memes and stuff about, LeBron James give teams the first game so he can fill them out. This ain't Portland, dog. Like, you can't do that with this team. Portland, you can fill them out the first game. All right, cool. I know how to shut this thing down. This ain't Portland. You got James Harden and Westbrook and Austin Rivers, Eric Gordon, and PJ Tucker every now and then. Throw in Jeff Green. You have a team that's very comparable that can put up buckets. This ain't the Portland Trailblazers where it's CJ, Dame, and Melo maybe then bust.
And then that's it.
You know what I'm saying? This team got shooters everywhere.
The Rockets didn't play very well, though.
That was this game to win.
They got no help from the bench. Like, normally you got Daniel House out there that'll hit 2 or 3 threes a game. Ben McLemore hit a few threes a game. Jeff Green's been playing great. And he did absolutely nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
So
that was the Lakers game to win. Mm-hmm. If I still got them winning the series, but that was a game where the Rockets said, "Here, you can have this," and the Lakers was like, "Nah, bro, you can keep it."
Yeah, keep it.
We can keep it. But
LeBron said now they had to get a taste of the Rockets' speed out there on the court.
Like you didn't know what their speed was like already.
He said that seeing it on camera and stuff on video was different than seeing it in person. You know what I'm saying? So it's one thing to watch tape on it and see it. It's another thing to actually be out there and actually see it in person.
Yeah, because they didn't play against each other in the season.
Offensively and defensively, they were a lot faster than what we thought. So
Yeah, because they didn't play against each other out here. He didn't know that.
I think he compared it to like the Oregon Ducks when they had that that 15-second offense or whatever they run to play every 15 seconds, like something like that.
LeBron be losing.
I love LeBron, but hey, bro, some stuff you gotta don't even say that. Just leave that at home.
Leave that in the team meeting. You know who else loves LeBron?
Who's that?
Jay Williams.
Jay Williams.
Jay
Yes, he
Williams.
does.
Shout out to Jay Williams. But yeah, Keezy. Man, I still got Lakers in 6. If they go down 0-2, it's gonna be trouble. Trouble.
Tonight's a big night.
It is.
Big night.
It is, man. Damn. AD's going 40.
He'll get 40 tonight?
AD is going for 40 and 13.
Here's my thing, though. I think if AD gets 40, I think LeBron will get 12.
No. LeBron is going to get 22. LeBron's stat line tonight is going to be 22, 11, and 10.
Okay, 22, 11, and 10.
22,
AD gets
11
40.
boards.
So that's 62 points.
Kuz, can you give us something?
Kuz ain't getting nothing out there, man.
The rest, AD's going to get 40. AD's gonna get his 40 and 13. Mm-hmm. Assisted to her. That's neat.
Let's say Bron and AD give him 65 points combined.
Okay.
They gotta get something from
KCP's gonna give him 12.
12. Okay.
Okay, so that puts you up at what? 75?
77.
77. Okay.
Caruso's gonna get 8 tonight.
Okay.
85. Danny Green 8 to 10.
I'm
95.
Nope. It's gonna come from Dion Waiters.
Nah, bro. You reaching now.
Caruso.
They can't play Dion Waiters. He's not going to guard anybody. They have to keep Caruso out there to try to play some defense.
You know what also depends on?
I feel really bad saying that. They have to play Caruso.
Rondo.
He's coming back from injury. He's not Rondo.
I don't care. I'll take an injured Rondo over healthy Caruso. I'll take
at this stage in Rondo's career.
I'll take an 80 to 90% Rondo over Alex Caruso. You put Alex Caruso in when you playing against like Pat Beverly, match his energy. Match his swag, and we good. But nah, all jokes aside, AD's gonna get 40 and 13. LeBron's gonna have another triple-double. It's gonna be like 22, 11, and 10. And we gonna win this thing tonight by 8.
What if they do all that and James Harden's on, and Eric Gordon's on, and Westbrook is
Westbrook.
Westbrook
is going 1,000 miles.
And they get something from Jeff Green. And they get something from Daniel House.
If that happens, then Lakers are obviously gonna lose because you're talking about 5-6 players against 2. So if that happens, then obviously they're going to lose. But if the Lakers put up those type of numbers that I just mentioned, and you get 8 from Caruso, like you said, if you get 10 from Danny Green, if you get 12 from KCP, if you get Kuz even chipping 11, 12 points, it's going to match because I feel like AD's 40 and 13 and LeBron's 22 and 11 will have more impact on the game than what James Harden and Westbrook will do. So we got this thing tonight by 8. Lakers by 8. Lakers by 8 tonight. If I could guarantee it, I would, but I ain't doing that shit.
Man, you know what? I hear a lot of doubt in your voice because the Lakers have to do all of that
to win,
just to win.
You know what? I'm gonna say it with my chest. No, we ain't worried about this thing.
Okay,
we ain't worried about this thing. This is just a little bump in the road.
It's gonna be the Denver Nuggets and the Houston Rockets in the Western Conference Finals.
Bro, the Breakers is gonna be like 5 people watching. But anyways, to wrap the show up today, the last topic is Steve Nash just recently got hired by the Brooklyn Nets. What was that? Was that Friday? Friday when the news broke? Okay. Yeah, Friday. They made it official. Steve Nash is going to be head coach of the Brooklyn Nets. Keezy, what are your thoughts on this whole thing?
So, from what everybody's heard, KD and Kyrie signed off on it, so they were fine.
Okay.
But Steve Nash hasn't coached the bitty ball, middle school. He hadn't been in the college ranks. He hadn't been an assistant anywhere. Nothing like that.
Assistant? No.
And they give him a 4-year deal to coach KD, Kyrie, and this Brooklyn team that everybody assumes with Spencer Dinwiddie and Karis LeVert and all these guys is going to be a contender next year.
Right.
Why'd they throw him in Charlotte or Orlando or Phoenix? No, that Phoenix don't need a coach, but just somewhere where he can work his way up through the ranks like everybody else does. But
That's my whole thing, Keezy. And, I'm going to talk about the white privilege thing here in a second because I know that's a hot issue. People are talking
Stephen
about
A.
it.
Smith
Stephen
said
A. Smith basically was the only person. As the great Shannon Sharpe would say, two things can be true. White privilege, and I think Steve Nash is a good fit for the Nets. Now, when I say white privilege, I mean it only from the standpoint of when you have black coaches who get jobs, like you mentioned, it's always the Orlando Magics, it's the Charlotte Hornets, it's the Detroit Pistons. It's always
Jason Kidd got the Bucks job, but they weren't like the Bucks like they are now.
They weren't. He left, and then they became the Bucks.
Right.
And then you had Derek Fisher, who had the New York Knicks job, which they've been trash since before we were even born. They've been trash. So, and that's what I mean. Like when you have these white coaches, when you have a Steve Nash and you have a Steve Kerr, who get these teams that are already built to succeed. They don't go into these situations where you have to build a team and then hope that it pans out right. And then if it doesn't work out right, you may or may not get another head coaching job. So for the sake of argument, Steve Nash does great. And then let's say, for instance, all good things come to an end and they fire him. He's going to get another head coaching job just because they're going to say, oh, well, look what he did with KD and Kyrie and the Brooklyn Nets team.
His name is in there now. He can forever just jump from spot
to spot because he's already put in a place to succeed versus when you have other black coaches, they're not so much put in places to succeed. So that's the only white privilege thing I would say about that. I say it's a good fit because Kevin Durant and Steve Nash already have their relationship from when they were with the Warriors. I think KD looked at this and said, this is more for you, Kyrie, than me. The reason why I say that is because KD is looking at it like, shit, I'm a made man. I got 2 rings, 2 finals MVP, an MVP, a scoring title. What else I need to do? I'm solidified. Kyrie, what have you done? The knock on Kyrie is that he's not more of a point guard, but more of a scorer. Well, he gets with Steve Nash. Steve Nash can implement little things in his game to make him a better point guard because, like you said, they have this great team in Brooklyn, but now they need somebody to lead the team. And what's the knock on Kyrie? He's not a good leader. He doesn't know how. It's all about him. Well, you have Dinwiddie, you have LeVert, you have DeAndre Jordan, you have all of these pieces in place. Well, now we need somebody to put them in the proper position to succeed on the court. And who else better to teach Kyrie something like that than Steve Nash?
But why not Ty Lue? Why not Mark Jackson?
I'm right there with you.
Mark Jackson was a great point guard for many years.
He was.
You got Sam Cassell, who's been working with Doc Rivers for years.
But that's not who KD and Kyrie wanted.
These are all point guards.
And the Ty Lue thing, you got to remember, when Kyrie got traded to Boston, one of Kyrie's quotes was, it's good to be with a coach who knows how to draw up plays or something like that. I can't remember what the exact quote was. So him and Ty Lue really don't have the best of
relationship. Well, he's going to another coach who we don't know anything about him drawing up X's and O's during the timeout.
And that's going to be the problem. Who is going to be on his bench? Because I ain't never seen him drop a set play or end of the game play or nothing like that. So
Frank Vogel has more coaching experience than Steve Nash, a lot more.
Hell yeah!
And you see what they did with his staff. They gave him
Jason Kidd, Lionel Hollins, and
former head coaches that have been in the league for a long time.
That's what they're gonna have to do to Steve Nash. That's what they have to, because I mean, truth be told, you don't know what the hell he's doing out there. And like you said, he's never been an assistant head coach. He's never been anything related to coaching per se, a game. So when he gets out there, he don't know time management situations, what to call on this play, So that's why I said it's going to be looked at more of, this is more for Kyrie than KD. KD's going to do what he's going to do. But like you said, I wish they would have went with somebody more solidified, like Ty Lue, Mark Jackson, Sam
I don't think
Cassell.
Mark Jackson's ever going to get another job.
I think Mark Jackson is a wrap. You know, people are like, well, it's other positions. You got the Chicago Bulls job. You got the
nobody wants the Bulls job.
Nobody wants that shit. And that's what I'm saying.
Nobody wants to go there.
They're going to hire these black coaches and put them in jobs like that and say, okay, show us something.
And then after one season or maybe two, they're gone.
And then you look like somebody, Tom Thibodeau, who had the Bulls job, right? Flamed out with that. Then you got talent in Minnesota. He had Andrew Wiggins. He had Cat. He even had Jimmy Butler. Did nothing with that. And then I'll be damned if he don't get the damn New York Knicks job.
Which he can have it. Because, I mean, they're going to suck again anyways. is.
Yeah, but
they should have let David Fisdale stay there and see if he could build up the.
That's my point. Black coaches just don't get the time to do that. But you got Steve Nash, boom, we're going to give you KD and Kyrie, and go ahead, you have at it. So when they win, guess who's getting the credit? You are. Like, you built this thing.
See, this reminds me of, I know a young lady here locally in Lexington. She worked for a huge bank. Mm-hmm. And she said that when branch manager positions came open and they want to give them to a minority, they would give a minority the branch that was in a lower income neighborhood and one that wasn't going to succeed, and then they would let them stay there for a little while, and then before you knew it, boom, they fired them because they know that branch is not going to succeed anyways. Exactly. We'll give it to them so that way, we hired a minority manager, but they couldn't get the job done. Well, now it's over.
You put them in a position where they're going to fail.
If you know I'm going to fail anyways, there's no point in you even giving me the job because you know I'm going to fail at it to begin with. But that's just to shut everybody up and say, we did it. There you go. You had your chance. You couldn't do it. Now going back over here to where you were. Let me bring in somebody else.
Yeah, that's why I said, two things can be true. It is a little bit of white privilege, but at the same time, I still do feel like Steve Nash is a good fit for them. Only because KD and Kyrie signed off on it. Do I think KD probably lobbied for it? Probably, yeah. I think because Brooklyn Nets, the GM, I forgot his name, Sean Marks, didn't wake up one morning and said, you know what? I wonder what Steve Nash is doing. Kicking that soccer ball around in Canada. So it had to be through KD to put the bug in the general manager's ear to, hey, reach out to Steve Nash. He might be interested in coaching.
If that's the case, though, why not hire Ty Lue or Mark Jackson or somebody like that and bring in Steve Nash as a consultant or an assistant coach? He's still there in a role with you. You can still, have that relationship with him, rely on him.
Nope.
But we got a real head coach over here.
Nope.
No?
KD. We have to do what makes him happy. He came here for a reason, right?
We don't even know what KD's gonna be like.
That is true.
Time to time. So
that is true. But at the same time, KD came here because he came with the intent that we were gonna do whatever we felt like he needed to make this team a successful team.
I would have told him, look, bro, this ain't what you need.
This ain't what you need.
You need a real head coach.
Yeah. So
we'll bring him in for you if you want to have a relationship with him. But we need a real head coach.
Because I just find it hard to believe. I know there was the report out there that Steve Nash wanted to get into coaching. Yeah, but damn, does that mean you want to start off with the head coach position?
Okay, go coach Santa Clara or wherever you played college ball for a little bit.
You whistle a little bit.
Yeah.
But now I'm right there with you, Keezy. So man, I'm really interested to see how that turns out. People are like, I can't wait to. No, I don't want to watch the beginning of the season. I want to wait till it's the middle of the season with shit getting thick. You know what I'm saying? Because,
right before the All-Star break.
Yeah, that's what I want. When you got the expectations, we get to see what KD's like now. We get to see KD and Kyrie play together, and if it's successful, then the pressure's on him.
I think that's gonna be the biggest bust.
You think so?
Yes.
KD and Kyrie the biggest bust. Why you say that?
Nobody can play with Kyrie.
Okay.
Boston is way better off now.
Okay.
Without Kyrie.
Okay.
I don't know if him and KD are gonna be able to play together.
You don't think it's gonna?
I don't know if it's gonna work, man.
Like,
I mean, it's still to be seen. It might work. They might go 73-9. I doubt that.
But see, that's why I said that was the point of bringing in Steve Nash as a former point guard, 2-time MVP point guard, to kind of ring, Kyrie in a little bit. Teach him how to be a leader on the court. I'm not saying it's gonna work. I'm just saying I see why they brought Steve Nash in. I understand why he's there. Basketball wise,
in a different role though.
Nope. KD want what KD want.
Oh man.
I don't care. I'm not putting this on Kyrie. I'm putting this squarely on KD because KD is the one with 2 rings and he's a superstar. And he has a relationship with Steve Nash. Kyrie ain't got no relationship with him, so Kyrie can't vouch for him. There's only one person who can vouch for him. KD. So KD, if this doesn't work, it's all on you, bro.
How soft do you have to be though, as a general manager, Sean Marks, to be like, "Oh, KD says we should bring in Steve Nash," and you be like, "Okay, we'll get Steve Nash for you. We'll give him a 4-year deal." I'll be like, "Look, bro, I know you want Steve Nash, but I'm gonna go out here and get us a coach,
yeah,
and then I'll bring in Steve Nash and let him sit over on the bench with you or whatever.
Yeah,
we'll pay him." You know what I'm saying? But he's not going to be the head coach, though. Yeah. Sorry. If you don't like it, then get your Achilles healed and get on up out of here.
But they can't do that. Like I said, that's why they brought him in there free agency last summer, they brought him in there with the intent on letting him know we're gonna run this thing and build this team around how you want to construct. So it's the quote unquote LeBron effect, where people say, "Oh, LeBron picks and chooses his players. LeBron picks and chooses his coaches." What the hell you think KD's doing right now?
Okay, same thing then.
So
you finally admit it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So exactly. So when the teams don't work and LeBron gets all of the criticism because people are like, well, those are the players he wanted. That's the coach he wanted. KD better get the same type of heat if this Steve Nash thing don't work.
Okay, but here's the difference though. So in LA right now, maybe LeBron didn't want Frank Vogel.
No.
Maybe they said we're gonna bring in Frank Vogel, and then LeBron said, okay, if you're gonna bring in Frank Vogel, you need to get Lionel Hines, you need to get Jason Kidd, you need to get all these guys.
Yeah.
And solidify his staff around him, and then I can roll with it.
Yeah, because remember he wanted Ty Lue.
Yeah, but KD on the other hand just says, just get Steve Nash, man. It's cool. It's cool, man. I'll make it happen.
I'll make it happen. It's whatever. We'll work it out. We'll work through it.
Whew.
Yeah, I know it. That's gonna be
better. LeBron gonna be a better GM.
Yeah. This just in. Giannis planning to play Sunday in Game 4 against the Heat. So Giannis is gonna play today.
Ooh.
If they lose, Giannis is gonna blame it on the sprained ankle. So that still ain't going no damn.
He did look a little gimpy there toward the end of Game 3.
Two-time potential MVP. No excuses.
Yeah, and Jimmy Butler outscored them by himself.
No excuse.
In the fourth quarter.
Before we leave, why doesn't Jimmy Butler get more like national love?
Because he need to cut his hair and shave a little bit.
Jimmy Butler doesn't get.
I love Jimmy Butler, man.
That's because we hoopers. And we know what it's like on the court. So we know about the little things like the intangibles, defense. It ain't always about scoring. Plus, we know a killer out there when we see one.
You need one of them with you at all times.
You know one when you see one. So hoopers respect Jimmy Butler. I think it's the glitz and the glamour media that doesn't appreciate what Jimmy does because it's not all, you know what I'm saying,
he's not always
highlight
smiling
dunks
in the camera,
and you know what I'm saying, like, you know, all that type of stuff. So I think that's the only reason why, because he's not glitz and glamour. He's hard-nosed, but he still gets the job done. But anyways, we get ready to get on up out of here today. We appreciate everybody for tuning in to another show, NBA Weekly Recap.
Tell them how they can find us, man.
Man, you can find us on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts if you want to go listen to previous episodes. You can also find us on YouTube at KY Beyond the Game. If you want to go watch previous episodes, you can watch Beyond the Game every Monday and Tuesday at 6 p.m. on Facebook Live, also on YouTube as well. So you can find us anywhere you want to find us, man. We all over the spot, man.
Like it.
Love it.
Subscribe it.
Love it.
Share it.
Love it.
Comment.
Love it.
Tell us what you think about us.
Love it.
If you agree with me, like I'm always right and I'm never wrong, let me know that too. Well, don't let me know because I already know. Let Q know about how I'm always right.
You know, on the last show on YouTube, somebody commented and said, Mr. Q Walker, D-Wade is better than Donovan Mitchell. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, why? I don't know why everybody always comes to me, because I'm the one that has the most logic sense on this thing. But we get ready to get on up out of here. Anything you want to say, Keith, before we out of here?
Nah, I'm done, man.
You done? Well, we get ready to get up out of here. We want you to treat somebody how you want somebody to treat your mama. We out of here.
Peace.